finished, they
If you don't know, this is Robert Cheney, who's the brewmeister, and
Hey.
and it's going to be blind
Thank you.
tasting, so we're kicked out of the kitchen.
Yep, I'm a home brewer with the Austin Zealots. I'm kind of having a taste, kind of a blind sample tasting my beers against commercial. I have scoring guideline sheets that they're going to write down on what they think, and then when I get home, I'll compare. Like my white IPA that I had, everybody loved it, and they thought it was the best beer there. And the commercial beer that I put it against was Sam Adams white IPA, which it kind of made me feel good. I started homebrewing in like 2008, and I've always kind of had a love for craft beer. I tried a Dogfish Head IPA, and I was hooked after that. So I thought, well, I wonder if I could make this stuff.
Well, I think that the reason I started homebrewing was just to make beer, and because it seemed like a cool thing to do. But the reason I continued homebrewing is because I could apply so much of what I do for my work, which is actually engineering related, to making the beer better.
I'd helped start Black Star Co-op, and I wasn't really sure if I wanted even my hobby to be beer centric. I was already working for the homebrew shop also, but eventually I just caved, and it's been fun.
I looked on the internet for what an IPA consists of, and I went from there, and I've been making my own recipes ever since.
We start with liquid malt extract, which is called mini mashing. Our process from start to finish takes about 4 hours. About an hour of that is cleaning, and about 2 hours of that is waiting for the water to boil.
And then, like what I do here is called all grain, which it's all all grain. I take all of the grain, I crush it in my crusher there, and mix it with hot water and let it sit. And I have to extract all the sugars out of the corn, which is pretty much how breweries do it. I'm in for about six hours start to finish, and that includes like cleaning and sanitizing everything.
I want to say Wednesday of last week, the sheer weight of the 6 gallons of liquid on my stove just kind of cracked the top of it. Had to interrupt John and his plans of the evening, and we carefully, it's heavy, I needed his help just to carry it out of my kitchen and carefully into the truck, and luckily he lives close over here, and we just carefully brought it up the stairs and onto his stove and then finished it up.
This is the one that broke John's oven. So we call it the Range Crusher Imperial Stout.
It turned into more of an obsession. Sometimes I lose sleep over what went wrong on a recipe or whatever, it bugs me. It's one thing to hear your father-in-law say, hey, it's a great beer, son, or your friend or your dad or whatever. It's another thing to hear other people say it.